This is known as Clara Mountain, George, and right on top you have the Holy Year Cross of 1950. But it's the third cross because the first cross was hit with lightning. The second one was in fact it burned because there was a fire in the mountain and it was made of timber. But this one, which was made by an old sea duggan, is there to last.
So
and of course, Tubber's Holy Well, and this is very specially for Vera. This is Ireland's. It is believed to be Ireland's largest holy well. Well, it's the second largest between Great Britain and Ireland.
Right.
And it's the water supply.
And where is that situated?
It's just 1 mile west of MILLSTREET. We'll be just visiting it in one moment now.
Okay.
And so there it is.
Thank you, Sean.
Great.
Thanks for that.
Thank
you. And that's
oh yes,
the
and
Duhallow.
discover Duhallow, and we're in the barony of Duhallow and Musgrave here, and we're in the diocese of Kerry, and we're in the parish of MILLSTREET. So, but this is an update, a fortnightly update on all the news.
Thank you, Sean.
All right.
Now, Sean, we're down now at
Tubber's Holy Well here, quite a very famous place here in MILLSTREET. And as we can see, we're here in the most beautiful time of the year, the month of May, and it's the month of May that thousands of people visit here, and there are 5 masses celebrated every year at the well, but the biggest mass is at the last Friday night in May, and you will see
we'll be going.
as we move in.
Yeah. So this is the actual well here in the middle, is it?
This is the well, right here.
Yeah.
And if you look here, you'll see the bubbling of, it's a natural spring well.
Oh, it's bubbling up, yeah.
And that is the water source for MILLSTREET. So if you're having coffee or tea in MILLSTREET, in fact it comes from Tubber's Holy Well.
Imagine
and
that.
you see the gigantic rosary bead.
Oh, my,
That was placed there by a committee that was headed by a man called Father Griffin. And Father Griffin had been actually cured of an impediment in the 1940s, and he began to promote devotion here to Tubber's Holy Well. And it's based on the Lourdes Grotto, so you have Our Lady of Lourdes and Bernadette there.
Yeah.
And right over here you have the actual little area where you can see the history of the well, and that's where Mass is celebrated as such. And the round is that people go around, say the rosary, and they generally come on Fridays, Saturdays and Sundays. That's generally the tradition here. And it's in private land, it's in the O'Sullivan family land, but the O'Sullivan family are very welcoming to all who visit the well itself.
Oh, lovely.
And people come here for many different reasons, and many cures have been related here, particularly cures relating to lameness, because you'd often see walking sticks and canes left.
Will we go down and touch the water?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can actually come along, and this is the tradition to actually take the water from the well.
Oh, there's a mug. No.
Yeah, right, hello. And special mugs here, and we'll have to let George sample Tubber's holy water. There we go. So there we are, George.
Thank you, Sean.
Lovely.
Cheers.
Cheers indeed, and I'll join you.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful water,
Very refreshing.
isn't it?
Absolutely. So any aches or pains we have, we usually people rub them to the
And I have plenty of those, Sean. So I must.
We all have one. But that can help it. Yeah. Right, Sean. That's great. Now, lovely.
I'll do this.
Folks, actually, there's a person from Limerick often comes in a taxi and brings a number of bottles, and actually comes along and takes home a lot of bottles and shares them with her neighbours. So there we are. And
He didn't know that I had a bottle in the car. I could have bought a bottle.
oh well, we can.
I don't know.
I'm sure. I have a bottle.
Ah, that's all right.
I have a bottle. We'll get it.
I'll bring it back with me. I'll bring it back to Beera.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll get it now straight away. And you'll also notice the tradition of the triads. Over here at the grotto, people, there's a great big stone, and with a smaller stone, they sign the cross 3 times.
Yeah.
Father, Son and Holy Spirit.
Right.
So there is the tradition of Tubret Holy Well here in this. And one of the people that we gave a portrait of Tubret Holy Well to was the famous film actress Maureen O'Hara.
Maureen O'Hara.
And she asked that a stone be placed in the well with her name in it, and that is there.
It's in there.
That is inside there. So
All
there
right.
we have it.
Thank you, Sean.
Not here now.
No, we're back. Where are we now, Sean?
All right. And now, George, you have just come through MILLSTREET town, and we have just been around the Glebe, it's called. It's a 5-mile wonderful tour right around the circle of MILLSTREET itself. And now we're down at the Boeing crossing of the River Blackwater. This is the famous River Blackwater that was actually rises in a place called Minganine in Ballydesmond and flows through until it gets to the sea in Youghal. And this is the MILLSTREET link of this. And so that we have a number of tributaries joining this, including the river that's near my own home called the Fionau, meaning bright river. But this recently was very much developed in memory of the late wonderful Eileen O'Riordan, a wonderful Kilkenny woman who lived in the farm just over here, married to Frank O'Riordan, and Eileen sadly passed to her eternal reward way too soon altogether, but what a wonderful person Eileen was. And she was actually an All-Ireland short put champion. And her family live over here, and this beautiful seat down here is dedicated in memory of Eileen. And live for a while and remember her smile, gone but not forgotten, Eileen O'Riordan. And right over there is where Eileen lived, and she so loved this beautiful area. But this also was the crossing of the O'Sullivan Beara March way back in 1603, around that period. And this was the famous march between Beara and Breffni in Leitrim. And over 1,000 people left at the start, but only less than 100 arrived in Leitrim. But not all died along the way, and many of them, especially the O'Sullivans, settled along the route.
Oh, I see.
And so there it is.
And did they call this the meeting of the waters, is it?
This is known as the meeting of the waters, and this is known as the Boeing, because, and recently they put in a pedestrian bridge here that people are so fortunate now that you can walk, and it spares you at least a walk of about 4 miles there, because you can now cross the river on a pedestrian, and that's part of the O'Sullivan Beara Beara Breffni walk that's been developed. And this beautiful garden, all done on a voluntary basis, particularly by the residents of Dooneen, the Collins family, the O'Keefe family, the O'Riordan family, and absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Sean.